Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share my bullet journal part 3, so we're going to be going over July, August, and September. If you're new here, welcome. I did do parts 1 and 2, going over months January, February, March for part 1, and then April, May, and June for part 2 on my channel already. Feel free to watch those. I primarily blog over on starringpamela.com. So I don't have a lot of video content on my YouTube channel, but I am trying to add more and do at least one video a month. Again, I am primarily a blogger, but there are just some things that need to be in a video format. So here we are. If you followed me over here from my blog, thank you so much everyone for supporting me over here on YouTube as well as on my blog. I really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get started. So starting with July, I picked red to be the theme for the month. And then I picked popsicles because I thought that was a really cute summery thing to do. For the quote, I picked a Taylor Swift lyric. And what's really funny is that I picked the lyric before she even announced her folklore album. So it was a really cool coincidence that for some reason Taylor Swift was just on the brain that entire month. I continued the calendar spread for July. Again, there's not much going on, so I didn't fill up much of it, but I really like how it looked, so I kept that going. For the next page, I did my habit tracker and alternated between the red and brown of the popsicle colors that I did on the intro page, and then stuck with red for the blog planner. And then there is my baking page. I'm not gonna lie, I really thought I was about to run out of room towards the end of the month, and actually I barely managed to fit everything that I baked that month in here. I tried to do like a whisk kind of drawing, but I mean, I'm terrible at drawing, so I should have known better than to attempt it, but there it is. And then on the next page, I did a Camp Cuddles page. Since my puppy niece was only supposed to be here for a few days, I thought it was going to fit on one page, but you'll see on the next page that it continued on. And there is the extended Camp Cuddles page. I also did a Camp Cuddles 2021 dream list of sorts. And on the following page, I did a summer ballet page. This was a big deal for me because I hadn't been in ballet since last year. I didn't do the winter class at the beginning of the year. And by the time I was going to sign up for the spring class, the pandemic hit, so it was canceled. Summer ballet was virtual, so on there I just covered up where my virtual meeting information was. I mean, it's irrelevant now, but I figured I might as well cover it up just in case. And then I also wanted to put a little reminder section of everything that our instructor would tell us as corrections, since it's hard to tell over the screen who she's talking to, and because she just gives general corrections, I just wanted to write them all down so that they're all top of mind and I can keep them in mind for the next class. And I like to review it before every class as well, even now. This was around the time when I adopted my Calathea plant, or it might be Calathea. I'm not sure. I've heard it pronounced multiple ways. And that's the plant that I named Glinda, so I did a little drawing of her. She looks much nicer in real life. Again, I'm not good at drawing. And I also did an ideal day for the summer and put little popsicles around that. I adopted my plant Elphaba shortly after, and that is a drawing of her. She also looks much better in real life. That is not an accurate representation at all. She's much prettier in real life. And then I did a mid-year review. I got that idea from one of the many bullet journal videos that I watched around that time, since I just really didn't know what I wanted. And now we're moving on to August. For August, I picked yellow, and I did some fun little lemons. I started with another Taylor Swift lyric, since this was the month where her folklore album was released, and I just really ended up loving how the album sounded, and I figured I might as well continue on the Taylor Swift train here. In August, I switched the month at a glance to one page and kept it a little bit more minimal. And I really liked how it turned out, especially because, as I said, there's just not a lot going on for me right now. And I really didn't need as much space dedicated to the calendar as I would have thought. Next to the calendar, I kept the habit trackers. There's my baking page. I had tried to do a drawing in the middle like I did for July, but it looked really bad, so I ended up covering it up. And right next to it over there is my blog planner. I ended up having my puppy niece over again, so we called it Camp Cuddles 2.0 for 2020. And I did a very simple layout there just because I had already done a whole Camp Cuddles spread kind of thing beforehand in July, and also because she was here for a lot longer and I really didn't think that I needed to keep track of everything she did over the course of, I think she was here around almost 3 weeks. I don't think I did Camp Cuddles justice in this page layout, but that's what ended up happening. And the thing about the bullet journal is that once you put it in ink, you can't really take it back. So on one hand, it's a lot of pressure, but on the other hand, I kind of go, oh well, that's how it ended up. And that's also nice too. On the next page, I dedicated another page to Aria, my puppy niece. And I did her ideal day. Her ideal day mostly consists of cuddles and going outside and napping. She really loves to nap. That's her favorite thing. The following spread I dedicated entirely to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I bought myself a Switch and the game, and if you've been following along on my blog, you'll know that I've been obsessed ever since. So I figured that it was the perfect time to do it. I will admit that I had every intention of finishing the coloring for the palm tree with green and then finishing the little gift box with red. Clearly that didn't happen, but there you go. I also did a little drawing of the constellation that I named my island after, Aquila. And I also wrote down that my native fruit was oranges and my native flower was windflowers. I added in all of my original villagers. My playable character is named Star. And I still have a good portion of these villagers, actually. So that's kind of nice to know that they've been with me since almost the beginning. The next spread is dedicated entirely to my plants. Yes, I have become a crazy plant lady, or as much as I can here in the Midwest. I did little updates on the garden with a list of everything that I grew or tried to grow this summer. I included a little bit on the yield, and I also put down whether or not I wanted to try it again for next year. Pretty much everything I do want to try again, except Brussels sprouts, because it really didn't work out for me at all. I really don't even think that the plants grew that much. But I put it down some notes, some stuff that I want to try and plant earlier or get started a little earlier if I'm growing it from seed. And then I also started a little list for what I would like to try as something new in 2021. I also did a much simpler page for my indoor plants because I do have a couple that I want to add, but I also don't want to add too much in here since I just don't have a ton of space for indoor plants. The final month here is September. I did a very simple black and white theme for this month with arrows. And I also included another lyric from Taylor Swift because why not? I love her lyrics and I love Taylor Swift, so kept that going. I kept the one-page calendar for September, but I added in little boxes instead. And I do like how it turned out, but I should have paid more attention when I was doing them because I ended up with way too many boxes. I also changed the habits to just an activity log. And I got rid of the little habit boxes since, to be honest, I wasn't really paying as much attention to them as I thought I would. And I really wanted to instead just focus on keeping a log of what I did every day. And the habits were taking up, I think it was around 7 boxes on each line, when instead I could have been using those boxes to log things that I did. For example, any TV shows or books that I was reading or something like that. On the next page, I had my blog planner, and I went back to the original layout that I had. I really like the new layout where I had a couple lines after each one so I could put down thoughts for that specific post. But honestly, I wasn't using it as much as I thought I was, or as much as I did originally. I went back to this. I also added in a separate box for the video that I wanted to do that month, and then notes for ideas for future posts. I added in a separate watch log for everything, even though I listed in my activities log. It also got kind of annoying trying to pick out what I needed to include for my lively posts at the end of every month, and I figured that this would be a little easier to keep track of. I did little boxes for movies, TV shows, video games, YouTube, and podcasts. And you'll see in the next bullet journal video that I did elaborate even more on this, but for September, this was a pretty good layout and I really liked it, so it worked out for this month. The next page has my baking and cooking log. I gave up on the cute little drawing for the month. Those are the things that I baked, and I, of course, always have a post every month on all the bakes that I did the previous month. So you can go to my blog and look those up if you'd like. And something new that I added in was my September classes. It's not necessarily classes per se, but just things that I wanted to include more information on or remember. And that includes my virtual ballet class information, so things like my Zoom code to get into the class. I have a section for the library crafts because those came back, and so I kept a list of what the next project was going to be. And I also joined a book club at my library, so I added in information on the book club, what book we were reading, when we were meeting to discuss it. And since the library items are outside, I also added in a note to remember to bring a blanket to sit on, and also added in things like remember to bring the book as well. The next page I dedicated to my puppy niece again for the second part of Camp Kettles 2.0. The next page I wanted to do little project ideas, just ideas that I had for stuff to keep occupied, since I'm still not leaving the house too much, and so I have a lot of time on my hands still. I actually don't use this page as much as I thought I was going to. I'll try to remember to use it going forward. I dedicated another whole spread to Animal Crossing. I'm telling you, I am obsessed with this game. It might be a tad unhealthy at this point. I might need an intervention soon, to be completely honest. But here is my updates. I added in a few locations that I either quote-unquote finished, or locations that were in progress, or even locations where I would want to do something but I haven't really planned out that area yet. Of course, everything is always changing. For example, I moved all of my villagers into a neighborhood-like area, and then quickly realized that if all my villagers came to live on a deserted island, they probably didn't want to live in a suburb, so I had to move them back out. I'm in the process of moving them all out of the suburb and redecorating that area, decorating around their houses. It's quite an endeavor. I updated my villager list as well for everybody who had moved out and whoever had replaced them. I start to keep a log as well here for how many, for example, recipes I had by the end of the month, or what flowers I was still trying to breed. I also named Star's home as Hibiscus Hills. And the final pages that I won't show for September was actually a budget list. I wanted to keep better track of my budget for every month, and so I incorporated that into the last spread of my bullet journal for the month. But just because it has financial information and such, I don't really want to share that. And those are all my pages for July, August, and September 2020 in my bullet journal. Since this is the end of part 3, the next one will be October, November, and December, and it'll also be my final update on all of 2020. So if you have any questions on what my bullet journal experience was during the first year ever that I did this, please feel free to leave those questions in the comments and I'll be able to get to them for the next video. Feel free to jump over to my blog or watch any of the previous parts for this one. And feel free to subscribe if you don't want to miss part 4 and any future 2021 bullet journal videos. So thank you so much. Bye.